Hello, can you hear me?
All right, good. Everybody good?
All right, so is everyone ready for the second time?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. So, thank you all for coming out today to start off this decade by doing something incredibly stupid. I very much appreciate it. So most of you know that I have a condition, EB, makes my skin very fragile. I have to go through hours and hours of bandaging every day. That is extremely painful, and this is a very rare condition, and there's not a whole lot of research being done into this, but there's been a lot of progress. This is the 16th anniversary of the first polar bear jump for EB, originally in Connecticut and now here in Ohio. And so I'm going to keep this speech short because you guys are freezing, but I want to take a moment to look at how much progress we've made. So 20 years ago, there wasn't really a whole lot of hope for people with my condition. There wasn't much research being done. Cincinnati Children's Hospital was only just starting their EB center, and so there wasn't a whole lot of bright spots to look at. And so a few years after my mom was born, she went to... sorry, after I was born, sorry.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, so she went to a convention for people with my condition, and it was kind of grim, because it was basically, here's all the ways your kid can die. And so, so, as I said, 20 years ago, it was not a bright picture, but then 10 years ago, we began to see some hope. We began to see the first rays of light on the horizon. A cure was still a long ways off, but there was a lot of progress. We had started to jump. We were starting to raise money, and this all began with a bunch of guys jumping into Long Island Sound for no reason, and now they're doing it for me. And so once we moved here, we started doing it into the pool. And now the Bobby Caps jump for EB takes place in Ohio and Connecticut, which I think is pretty amazing. And over the past 16 years, we have raised over $100,000 for research into my condition. And so now, at the dawn of a new decade, the view is looking a lot brighter. We're just beginning to see the hope for a cure. There is a record number of companies working on treatments for my condition, and there are several different cures within the FDA process that are working towards being approved. There's one that's a gene therapy, and there's one that replaces the protein that's missing in my condition. And while all of this is happening, we can look at other conditions for hope, like, for example, cystic fibrosis. There's a new genetic cure that just came out this year that has the potential to cure 90% of people with cystic fibrosis. And that means that we are just a few years away. And so a cure is finally within our grasp. And every single person who jumps and every single person who donates brings that cure just a little bit closer. And so each and every one of you is helping to create a brighter tomorrow filled with limitless possibilities for every child suffering with EB. And now let's jump.
All right, Tom.
I know, that made me
That was great.
Okay, I don't know if I